Might be just a minute. We've got a couple minutes before the stream starts properly, at any rate. Alright, here we go. Test. Test. Perfect. Okay, we are going to give it just a quick minute. Probably about 2 minutes just to let some folks maybe filter in, see the live notification. Then we'll get going on today's stream of Sekiro, which I'm really excited to bring to you all. So I am here, but we're just going to give it maybe 90 seconds, 2 minutes, something like that. And we'll be underway. Just checking my email in the meantime. Alright. With that, we are going to go ahead and get started. Welcome one and all to today's broadcast of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I streamed this last, I want to say, a little under a week ago. I just wanted to get back and play a bit more because I really enjoyed our last stream. It was a terribly fun experience for me. Had a very active and informative chat, and aside from that, we made quite a bit of progress in the game, actually making it all the way up to our first major confrontation with Genichiro. I think it's Genichiro Ashina, the central antagonist in the narrative at this point, whom we overcame and gained our third significant memory from. So that allowed us to level the wolf up once again. We've now got an attack power of 4, which is going to embolden me to attempt a couple more challenges I shied away from in the past. And here's hoping we'll actually be able to overcome them. So, first things first, before we actually carry on and move out of Ashina Castle towards, well, the brave new frontier down there, I suppose we're going to have to explore the courtyard and then move out to the woodlands. We're going to speak to the retainer here really quickly, who probably has something to give to us. So Isshin Ashina, I believe, is the current head of the Ashina clan. Yes, he is, in fact. They talked about that during the cutscenes before the duel with Genichiro. He's supposed to be frail and dying, I believe. Okay, so we've got to go see the Divine Heir really quickly. And is this another new idol? Huh, there's certainly a lot of these, isn't there? Like 3 in a row just on the upper levels of the castle. But we have our second important place here. It's Kuro's room, which I guess is going to act like a smaller stronghold for us from this point on.
流因は人を死なぬようにする。そなたもそうだな。はい。私はそなたを救いたかった。時を戻せたとてきっと同じことをするだろう。だがな、死なぬというのはよどみを生む。不死のちぎりも落ち水も流害も皆そうだ。人の人としての生き方を歪めてしまう。私は流因の不死が生むよどみの連鎖。
So does this mean we have to hunt down a bunch of, like, undying officers? Like, that's kind of going to be our goal for the next act of the game? That, actually sounds pretty cool. We're gonna go ahead and help him. Why not? Or not. Okay, that was a but thou must choice. Fair enough. I mean, I'm sure we're going to end up doing exactly what he wants at any rate, because otherwise there's not going to be much of a conflict. Alright, as I said, we're just going to do what he wants anyway. Fine by me. No arguments here, so who are our targets? Oh, I bet we're gonna have to go to that holy mountain. The Immortal Severance Text. A book from Kuro on the art of severing ties with the dragon's heritage. It looks old. The binding is torn and several pages are missing. Herein describes the means to perform the rite of immortal severance. Beyond the Fountainhead Palace, locate the sanctuary and imbibe the tears of the holy dragon of the divine realm. Okay. So is it possible that we'll have to enter the divine realm at some point? That sounds pretty cool, honestly. Oh, so this is going to be like another little side dungeon, I take it. Interesting, very interesting. But before we move on, before we do any of this, I want to go back and seal off some loose ends. First off, looks like I can open a secret passage here. Ooh. Maybe. Yeah, this takes me back to the temple, somehow. Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh. See, I wanted to start the stream off by tying up some loose ends and fighting a couple of the mini-bosses I passed up, but we just got thrown into a massive story bomb, so hopefully we'll be able to get around to our housekeeping a bit later. Still can't afford any better upgrades quite yet, but that's alright, I suppose. Looks like the doctor is gone as well. Who's this? Oh! Yeah, this is that merchant. So he was a former member of the Memorial Mob, that makes sense. So maybe he serves a similar purpose to Grey Rat. And indeed he does. He's got some great stuff here. Dragon's Blood droplets that are fairly cheap, actually. Only 180 cents. That's pretty good. We've already got the Sabemaru. And then something on the 3-storied pagoda. Not sure if we want to invest in that or not. But a gourd seed we definitely want to save up for. Those are worth their weight in gold. Okay, so he's just got, like, a vague, ominous warning for us that isn't going to be of much use because we cleaned Ashina Castle proper out but good last time. Anything new from our friends up here? Offering box is empty, that's good. It means I've gotten all the important items. No, nothing new from him. Not for now, at least. So, moving on. Right, the loose ends I wanted to clean up. We've got 2 of them, 2 mini-bosses that... Mini-boss, full-boss, however you want to call them, that we have let live a bit past their time. And I think now the wolf is more than powerful enough to take them on. The first one is that one-armed swordsman. I think the, something like the Lone Shadow Longswordsman, or something like that, the guy at the bottom of the well, who we will go to first, because I'm fairly certain there's some kind of significant treasure down there. And by total accident, when I was watching another streamer try the fight, just to see if there were any mechanics to it I may have missed on my first time through, turns out I saw something pretty significant that's going to make that fight 1,000 times easier. So, if you recall, when we tried to fight him during our last stream, both I and the chat noticed that it didn't appear you could sneak up on him. He would somehow notice the wolf coming right from behind. So I thought, oh, maybe the only way you can get a stealth death blow on this guy is if you, like, invest fully in the silent movement little skill tree, which would require another 5 skill points, something I can't afford even now. But it turns out that little skylight looking down into the well that I just, like, totally passed by when I attempted to fight him can be used to land a death blow on him because he starts off standing directly underneath it. Imagine that. Ninjutsu. Or not. Oof. As always, it takes me a second to remember just how the bleeding controls work. Something else I noticed looking back at old footage is I've got to be way more meticulous when it comes to looting enemies. Probably accidentally passed up a whole lot of money. Love my Mikiri counters. Absolutely love them. Oh, and some of these guys even dropped some scrap iron. That's good to know, I suppose. Just kill these guys for the experience and gold. Now, folks, I think we should be able to take on this swordsman pretty easily, considering A, if I pull this little death blow trick off properly, I'll only have to drain 1 health bar, and B, we have leveled up, well, since we fought him last, we've leveled up both our resilience and our attack power, I want to say. Anything to add, friendo? No shamisen yet, but we'll get there, I promise you. Want to get our firecrackers out. They are extremely useful in duels, I've noticed. Let's see if we can't pull this off. Yeah, there we go. Now it gets unpleasant. Nice. Ooh. So there's some sick range on his attacks. Okay, so I'll actually express some legitimate frustration here. They picked the worst possible arena for this fight. I mean, I get that it was likely intentional on the devs' part to make you fight an enemy that specializes in, like, arena control in a very tight space, but... like, come on. Ooh! So close! So close. I can't even shave one health bar off of this guy reliably. This is gonna be a tough one, but I tell you what, give me one more stab at it, and I'm pretty sure we can just barely edge this out. The tricky bit is those kicks, man, because as I've mentioned before, I don't think you can reliably deflect them. Or if you can, the window for a proper deflection is much slimmer than it would be for a standard, like, weapon blow. Oh, now I'm getting careless. I'm getting careless. That one's on me. We'll try that again, actually. Just don't want to chance it. Don't want to chance it. We'll just run straight for him this time. Yeah, there we go. Nope. Sorry. Not today. Oh, so they dropped the ash. A friend of mine was telling me that that's apparently been really useful for them in, like, duels. They're a fan of the flame vent. I'm not entirely sure I could get the timing or the range for that combo down, so I'll stick with my firecrackers, thank you. Alright, let's see if we can't get a better rhythm down this time. So bad news, those kicks, they just wreak havoc on stamina and health alike. I really like the look of his moveset, but goodness, he's unpleasant to fight. But, okay, we pulled it off. We pulled it off. Little cheaply with that death blow, but we pulled it off. So we got a pretty valuable bit of ore, and a prayer bead. There we go, that's what I was looking for. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Now, carrying on here. I think when I started the game, right, I saw, yeah, little bit of treasure down here. And a whole new area? Could it be? Oh, wow, guys. It's really impressive. We're in the abandoned dungeon. I would have missed this entirely. I think I saw, like, just going through that other player's video, the one who managed to get the death blow on the Shadow Swordsman. I saw that there was some kind of underground area they found. I didn't watch any of that, of course, because I should say, because I've not been here myself, but I had no idea it was right past that boss. That's something. Alright, little baby lizards, no issue there. Okay, what's that? That's some kind of demon general. So not super crazy about this, but I see a sculptor's idol right over there, so tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the sculptor's idol. Easy as she goes, and we are going to head over to the second boss I was looking forward to taking down on stream today, or trying to at least, and that was the Headless. The big guy, like the reanimated corpse that somehow prevented me from quickly dodging or rolling or anything like that. I think that we're a bit stronger. We might be able to just slug it out with that thing, maybe, kinda, hopefully. But if not, we can... I'm gonna have to fight that thing, aren't I? Like, just start off... You know what? Screw it. Let's give it a go. A Shichimen warrior. So it's some kind of monk. Okay, what on earth is this? So I was not expecting a shoot-'em-up boss from Sekiro, but this is kind of cool, actually. Oh, and it's like an instant kill, wow. Hey, Val, how's it going, man? So this was on the other side of that one-armed swordsman. Wasn't expecting this straight away. Tell you what, we're just gonna take the death that time. Don't think we're ready for that. See, I was feeling so proud of myself, not only for taking down the Shadow Swordsman, but for like making it through Ashina Castle on our last stream. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go back and do some housekeeping. And sure enough, there was a brand new area on the other side of what on earth? The Shadow Swordsman fight. And waiting for me just inside was whatever that was. Some kind of spirit monk, I think. Not used to those guys detecting me as soon as I spawn in. That's a little weird. But, so, yeah, there's one more thing I was going to try before we carry on today, and that is, the Headless. So the game just turned into a bullet hell? Yeah, basically. I'm not sure if you caught the very beginning of the fight, Val, but as soon as I landed in its arena, and I had to jump and take a bit of fall damage to get down there, so I'm not sure I took the most efficient route, it started conjuring up those, like, souls from the ground, and launching them at me in a pretty, like, consistent pattern from all around the room, all the while charging up those, like, extremely powerful balls of energy. Very, very tricky, that. You saw the homing spirit heads. Yeah, that was what finally got me. I have a feeling using shuriken or something like that I can knock him out of the sky, but we'll get back to that a bit later, because I'm not all that well acquainted with, like, the best way to fight the undead in this game, and that's what we're about to try to learn right here. I hope I'm strong enough to take the headless, because when I found it, do I have any kind of shield attachment? Okay, so a friend told me supposedly there's something like that in the game, but I've not found it quite yet. And, I really doubt it would block against magic energy. Like, every hit from that monk caused the buildup of something called terror, which I think is a bit like this game's equivalent of bleed, or frenzy. Oh, and, you may have missed near the beginning of the stream, it looks like we're about to unlock another little dungeon in the vein of the Dragon Spring Pilgrimage, so, like, reliving somebody's memories, or, based on the flavor text around it, maybe even going to the Celestial Realm for a bit. So, I'm a bit excited, for what we're going to see when we actually move forward, but I don't want to leave too many, loose threads hanging on. I don't know how I got by without firecrackers. Beautiful. Simply beautiful. This kid's is called not really trying, but wanting some quick cash. Soul farming, yes, exactly. Except in this case, we are literally just farming for cash for a couple quick upgrades. I remember my days of soul farming, especially in Dark Souls 2, quite well, though. Whole lot of Mastodon Knights. How does the Fistful of Ash item work? Okay, so I've not used it myself, but apparently what you can do is throw it at an enemy to, temporarily blind them, kind of like a one-use firecracker item, but also coat them in ash, which makes them more susceptible to fire damage, say, from the flame vent weapon. According to a friend of mine who's, been playing through the game, it's really, really effective in certain circumstances, but I've never been a huge fan of the flame vent. So unless I'm required to use it, I'm probably not going to. Yeah, it's basically like, didn't some Souls game have like a jar of oil or something like that? Either a Souls game or Neo, one or the other. Hate that jump. I hate that jump. So we are about to enter into a new Londo situation. Oh, we unlocked... Oh yeah, ninjutsu get their own slot, that's right. Okay. Time to get our divine confetti. We've got one use of it left, so this better be like the magic run. Maybe Bloodborne that had the oil? Yes, it was! Because Molotov cocktails were kind of essential for early progress through that game. I still get flashbacks to the Blood-Starved Beast whenever I play a game like this. Me and my best friend, I recall, spent... God, it must have been like... This was back in high school, right? Or I would have just started college. He was finishing up high school. An entire day, like dawn till dusk, just trying to get that fight perfect on both of our accounts. Okay, so... the nightmare creature is down there. We've got one shot at this. I'm not sure if we're gonna get it or not, but... hey, fortune favors the bold. Oh! Oh, it's not slowing me down anymore. Oh, just for certain combos. Okay, so we're gonna burn the resurrection and burn the headless. Right like that. Okay, this isn't so bad so far. Oh. Oh, it can disappear. And terror can just kill me outright. That's good to know. And I deal, like, no damage. Oh god. Oh god. Alright, so good news. With Divine Confetti, it looks like I can just kind of swing my sword about to clear up that fog that weighs me down, so totally doable. Yeah, problem, we're out of confetti. So it might be time to go back to this a bit later on. Fair enough. We'll keep him on the back burner. Let's see here. You know, Witcher has... oh no, we've got Rot Essence. Not good at all. You know, Witcher has oils that you can use to buff damage and maybe add damage to certain types. Yeah, there were oils for just about every type of enemy in the game. But I can't recall in my playthrough ever using them voluntarily. I know you had to make a couple for quests, but... if I really needed to buff my damage, I would typically just use, I think it's called the Thunderbolt tonic, is it? I think that's what it was. Oh, you use them all the time. Do you find them really useful? Do they seem to have a significant impact on the damage you do, or is it kind of hit or miss? I'd imagine, like, for elementals or golems, having some kind of specialized damage buff would be really useful. And save you a ton of wear and tear on your swords. Think we'll actually try the Death Monk once more, just see if there's more we can explore in that area that I may have totally missed. That's right, I totally forgot about the Hangman oil. I think I got it pretty late in my playthrough because I'm really, like, negligent when it comes to alchemy. But any, like, basic fire and forget damage buffs that were applicable to everything, I would at least experiment with. I was one of those people who would do literally every quest as they came up, though, so I have a feeling I was either just over or ridiculously over-leveled for a lot of the content I played, which may have factored into, like, my final playstyle. Oh yeah, I know the Necrophage oil will prevent ghouls from regenerating, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the oil also prevents all ghouls from extending their spikes, correct? Or their spines. Now, I don't think I ever properly explored all of this area, so I'm gonna give it a once-over real quick. Oh, that's correct. I thought I heard something about that from somebody. I think somebody in-game. But I typically just used the sigil that would temporarily stun them and cause them to retract their spines. Or later on, when I was high enough level, I would just say screw it and take the damage. Yes, Axie is broken. By the way, if anybody out there, like, in VOD land has not played or heard of Witcher 3, and I'm not sure how you wouldn't have heard of it at this point, I tend to be pretty critical of projects that get just a phenomenal amount of hype, but that game is well deserving of its reputation. It's phenomenally well written, compelling, it's got a pretty solid roster of gameplay mechanics. It's well worth your time if you're a fan of RPGs. And open worlds that actually have things in them, imagine. Yeah, I agree with Val. He says CD Projekt Red did an amazing job. They did, and I am certainly looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077. Okay, so I think I may have somehow taken an incorrect path down to our friend over here, because not only did I take, like, fall damage, I noticed that there's all of this around, like a much larger area. I have no idea how to get to any of it, but maybe I drop straight down, yeah, and then work my way around? Take a look to the right. Or no doubt you meant this. Hey, there we go. And a massive coin purse. Alright, I will gladly take that. So yes, clearly we are supposed to fight this guy later. Very nice. So we'll come over to our idol here, which I will say this, they are ridiculously generous with checkpoints in this game. They are all over the place. In Ashina Castle, I found 3 back to back to back. And I think that's kind of conducive to the way From intends players to kind of navigate through this game, in that I get the feeling that the central conceit of Sekiro as a project is just to have this endless gauntlet of boss fights with just a few, like kind of meaningless enemies interspersed between. And I can get behind that because that is perhaps my favorite type of action games, and it reminds me of the old school Treasure titles, if you guys remember any of those. Sin and Punishment, Gunstar Heroes, Alien Soldier. Those are some of my favorite games of all time. So our friend has found his way down here somehow. So the yokai is definitely somewhere deeper in the cave, and it's not that monk. I think like a Metal Slug type arcade thing? Kind of, Val. But I would say that your average Treasure title was even more of a standard boss gauntlet. One of their games, Alien Soldier, had quote-unquote levels, or just kind of intervening sections between bosses that maybe lasted 20-25 seconds, and something like, oh goodness, around 3 dozen bosses total, maybe a little more. And each of them had their own unique mechanics, design, things like that. There were no palette swaps that I was aware of in that game or in any of their work, in fact. It was just, they poured their heart and soul into designing a couple dozen really spectacular standout encounters for each of their games. Arcade-style quickfire Shadow of the Colossus? Yeah, exactly. That's a pretty apt comparison. You could even think of it as, like, predecessors to Cuphead, in particular. In fact, King Dice's Casino, the semi-final stage in Cuphead, plays out almost exactly, not almost exactly, it plays out exactly like a stage in Gunstar Heroes. Okay, so something is clearly off here. Oh, no. So guys, what do you think? Gate to the Underworld? Shigoku? Or Jigoku? One or the other? Oh, it's the woman from the bridge. So I have to make another leap of faith, I take it? Oh, Shinigami, Val, I hope not. This... Oh, God. Tell you what. We are going to go fight the Death Monk. Yeah, no, I'm getting Moonside Lake, flashbacks here. Although that was pleasant and beautiful and led to perhaps the most gorgeous environment that From Software has ever designed. This is terrifying. So if this thing is undead, there's no way I'm gonna be able to hurt it, unfortunately, but we'll just give it a try, real quick. Here it comes. Oh, God. Oh, go away, go away, go away. Yeah, so terror literally causes you to have a heart attack. That's new. Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from it, but... Oh, man. Yeah, there is... This one's confusing me. So, two things. I'm thinking there is either a tool, buff, ability, something like that, that would enable me to better combat the undead that I'm just lacking right now. Yeah, it summons terror buildup with the aura. But I also noticed that compared to literally every other boss I've fought in this game, including the Headless now, I do next to no damage to that thing. I do damage, so it's not impervious to, like, normal, physical damage like the Headless is, but I'm not doing a whole lot, and it's got phenomenal stamina, so... Well, let's just ask the audience. Val, what do you think? Is this, like, a late-game area I have somehow, like, accidentally stumbled into, and I'm not quite ready for? Because I'm thinking, right, if that other path, like, the primary path, contains, like, tools related to the Celestial Realm, maybe that's what I'm supposed to use to clear this place out. Like, maybe there's something I could use to just drop the aura and the projectiles entirely and force this thing to fight me physically. That I just don't have right now. What are we thinking? Probably some kind of later game thing. I'd try going through the Death Gate before you move on. Okay. Good idea, Val. This way we will not lose anything. Although that guy's mentioned hearing a shamisen, like, deeper in, so maybe we have to wait until we start hearing, like, some kind of clarion call, but... Let's see what we can do. Oh. Oh, there's something down here. There's something down here. Oh. Oh, Lord. I know what this reminds me of. This is the Tomb of the Giants. And that was not pleasant at all. Oh, Lord. So, somebody, I think it was Jim Sterling, made the point when he was praising Bloodborne a few years back, that sort of the atmosphere that From Software creates in their games, Bloodborne especially, coupled with the way the mechanics work, as in, you have to face these horrific, like, entities in, Oh, I hear something. In these really unnerving locations, like, you've got to go through these horrific encounters, you can't sneak around them, actually makes FromSoft games perhaps the most successful, effective AAA, survival horror titles, in a couple console generations, and I'd be inclined to agree. Oh. Well, that wasn't so bad, I don't think. Of course. Oh, I need some divine confetti for you, don't I? Fistful... Oh my god, you guys, fistful of ash. I know what I'm going to have to do. I don't think it's begging, Val. It looked like he was going to attack me, and... Well, I don't know, but... Oh no, I just have to kill them twice, like skeletons in the standard Souls game. Okay. Oh, check it out! A pacifying agent! Powdered medicine for calming nerves used by those who deal in unspeakable deeds. Reduces terror buildup and increases terror resistance for a time. Gravekeepers, executioners, the memorial mob, all who keep death close, keep this powder closer, adhering to a simple rule. If seized with fear, cover your rear. Brilliant. So, this looks like it might help. I'd love to have some way of dealing with, his projectile attacks, but at this point, anything would be helpful. And another idol. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, well, we are just making all kinds of progress, unintentionally. We are now in the Ashina Depths, which means that we are uncovering new areas left, right, and center. I guess, what do you think? Should we explore, for now, or head back to the main path? What say you, Val? Oh, no. We're in the Blighttown analog. Oh dear. Yeah, this is the gutter. You'd love to see more of this place? Alright, man. I tend to let my audience make decisions for me. I'm just here to experience this game along with everybody else, so at least I think we'll get some good loot here. And indeed we will. This is like a high-end upgrade ore. And I'm seeing spearmen. I know what to do here. Actually, this feels, like, regardless of how it looks, this feels less like Blighttown and more like the Valley of Defilement from Demon Souls. Snake Eyes Shirahagi. Oh, great. Oh, it's an archer. Oh, no. Archer in a poison swamp. Ho! Oh! Jesus. What on earth is this thing? Looks like he's fighting with some kind of modified hand cannon. Oh, goodness. So the problem here is clearly the ad. Or I should say the problem here is that literally everyone has some kind of powerful ranged weapon. Yeah. Looks like a guillotine gun? Yeah, a little bit. Like, kind of a rough scrabble one. So, good news. It looks like that fight's totally doable. If not a little demanding for where we are right now. If I take out the ads first... Like, maybe, this is gonna be kind of cowardly, but take out the watchman down here, run away because Shirahagi's going to see me, take care of the man on the island, and then make my way around to him. It looks like there's just a rifleman or something over on that second island, and he wasn't too terribly invasive, so could probably take him. Alright. So, true to his name, he is very alert. And he sees me automatically if I come down here. Okay. Didn't know that. I don't care about poison. I can handle poison. Oh, you. Nope. Spamming Ichimonji? Maybe. Oh, that was straight up a grab attack. Okay, so tell you what. I'm actually going to leave this area be for now for one very simple reason. There is one or two, I think there might be two, stealth techniques available to me in the skill tree that I can't afford quite yet that might enable me to move silently enough to escape notice from those two. But we'll be back here probably within today's stream. But right now, we are, I think, going to head back to the Divine Heir's chamber, because he wants to send us, I suppose, back into somebody's memories once again. This is going to be the, hopefully, where we attain any type of divine gear or something. So Ichimonji Val clearly had an effect, but the only problem there is it looks like, with two enemies with very similar movesets wailing on me, I can't quite get it out as consistently as I'd like. If I could get rid of the guy with the boomstick, then I think I could take the boss pretty easily. The ads are stupid. Yeah, I'd say not a great decision, unless, again, there's some kind of skill that's supposed to allow me to just breeze right through this that we haven't seen yet. But, I'd say it's not the best decision to have a mini-boss that detects you immediately when you find him, or when you enter his arena, coupled with nothing but ranged enemies. It kind of worked with that. If I can stealth, I could take out till I could take out the shotgun. Oh, it looked like a bunch of muskets taped together. I didn't even notice that. But hold on, I want to check out the flavor text of something real quick. We got something called yellow gunpowder down there, and it might tell us actually like who or what we're dealing with. Amber-colored grains forming the base for powerful gunpowder, a precious commodity found only in the Sunken Valley. Yeah, that's right. I remember. The Sunken Valley comes up in a couple other item descriptions, and it's basically the home of most firearms and range techniques in this world. So, that's gonna be fun. Okay, so we are going to have to take a look at this incense burner. More sulfurous, yeah, exactly. Oh my god, it sounds like we actually are going to get to go to the Divine Realm at some point, which, considering the way From Software likes to construct their worlds, is going to be nightmarish. Instead of, like, the beautiful world depicted in, say, the Jade Empire. Regular gunpowder has a higher concentration of charcoal and carbon? Oh, I didn't know that. More magnetite. Going to have plenty of that. We need that for a lot of, like, mid-level upgrades. Or it could be really pretty, but also terrifying for a human. Indeed, Val. There's a very good chance that that's going to be the case. From Software typically doesn't do conventional beauty, but I really enjoy it when they do. Oh, and look where we are. Right back with our old buddies again. Which is good, because I was actually wanting to check out this, like, back courtyard. That was next on my list. I'm just on edge right now. I'm waiting for the nightjars to show up. Gunpowder is a mix of carbon, potassium nitrate, and sulfur. I knew carbon and sulfur were involved, but not potassium nitrate. Yep. Here we are. Alright. So let's see what we're dealing with. I see treasure carp. Always a pleasant sight. But before we deal with them, I saw a couple guys standing on a bridge, so they might have some info for us. Whoop, 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 whoop. Not today. Oh, potassium nitrate is known as saltpeter. Okay, so I recognize that, which should probably tell you how out of date my knowledge about, like, ranged weaponry actually is. Oh, it's another one of these Zen monks. Well, the last one I fought had a ton of money on him. Like so. Yeah, so this is all new now from this little doorway on. Definitely see some treasure carp out there. Gonna want to hunt them if I can. Poach them, maybe? Not sure. Oh, that's a certain type of mini-boss, I think, like a leader or something. So it looks like we're primarily just dealing with the remnants of an army that have literally sacrificed everything for the sake of victory. That's been reinforced by everything we know and have been told about the Ashina. They've technically brought themselves to the cusp of victory in this war, but at the cost of their entire country being torn asunder. By their own hands, more often than not. Ooh. Yeah, this guy has the Samurai General's moveset. Just not the Samurai General's rewards, no doubt. Nope. Easy peasy. As enemies of that stature go, at any rate. Should have sneak attacked him instead of the other guy. I have a feeling that's why they didn't assign him, like... oh my god, speaking of the other guy, what? These little bouts of rigor mortis that Sekiro enemies have been suffering have not been doing, the, like, overall visual fidelity of the game any favors, in my opinion. But, yeah, I have a feeling that they, gave him the single health bar and, kind of held back from providing any special reward for killing him, specifically because they were expecting players to sneak attack him instead of elect for the challenge and taking out the musketeer first. More Meeboo balloons. Anything down here? Just treasure carp, huh? I'm gonna go see if I can't hunt these treasure carp, because apparently collecting a fair few of their scales can get us some pretty handy items down the road, including a special sword technique. Maybe. Something lurking down there. Oh no, these are not treasure carp. These are like hellfish. Distant relatives of the hell chicken we keep running into, perhaps? Oh, you think Nugget might be here? Well, if so, hello. We are just in the midst of... well, still kind of trying to get our feet under us for today's stream. So, Val, if you haven't seen the famous treasure carp, they are kind of this game's equivalent to crystal lizards, and they drop special scales when slain. They're totally defenseless. Up until now, they're the only creature I've found swimming about. Oh, Nugget is here. Wonderful. Well, welcome to the stream. Hopefully we will make some progress today. It's been kind of slow going so far. And every time you kill a treasure carp, you receive one of its scales. It's 100% drop. Oh, you hate water? That's kind of understandable, at least in video games, because there is always something waiting to eat you within, in my experience. Oh. Well, it's grave robbing time, I suppose. Dragon's blood droplet, perfect. That'll get rid of that dragon rot that we've been racking up. Not a fan of underwater in any form of media or real life. I can totally understand that. I know a lot of people say that, like, aquatic environments often make them claustrophobic or otherwise just really anxious. So, yeah, I can understand that. Swimming was like the one athletic activity I actually enjoyed as a kid. Oh god, so many ranged enemies, all the time. Crap. Okay. Everybody's got a gun. This is clearly late Sengoku era. Jesus! Oh, hell. That's, well, that's probably going to be my most ignominious death of the entire playthrough. I forgot that cannoneers will shoot you at close range in this game. For some reason, it doesn't harm them. I think explosives going off in enemies' faces in the mainline Dark Souls series generally did hurt them, didn't it? Not if it was like a special ability or something, but if they just used an item on you. Okay, so, trying again. Just learned a new word, Nugget, ignominious. Oh, it's one of those fun little words that'll come in handy on your GRE. Yeah, it's one of my favorite words. Oh, thanks, guys, for never, ever looking in a second direction. Hoo! Smoke screen! Blood screen! What's the difference? It's From Software. Everything's blood. Alright. Whew. Okay, now that there are no guns or undead in the immediate vicinity, I feel I can rest a little easier. Oh, it comes from... Listen to this. Guys, I love my audience so much. They do so much to inform and enrich these streams. We got Val with his weapon knowledge, and now Nugget over here informing us ignominious comes from the word ignominy, Latin ignominia, from meaning not worthy of name or mention, I suppose. Yeah, that pretty much sums up my performance thus far. Okay. So we got cannons, we got rifles in full effect, and if I try to go anywhere else, I've got, like, the Walking Dead trying to eat me, or, we found the Blighttown analog, that was fun. Wasn't expecting to wander into that this afternoon. Oh. Hey, it's a friend, I think. It's one of the Bakemono. No, it's a Blighttown equivalent where everybody has firearms. So, these guys are enemies, in most of their appearances. Oh wait, Black Hat Badger, we read about him in one of the item or skill descriptions, I think. This guy looks like a Sengoku era, like, mascot for some type of, like, nasal decongestant or something. New prosthetic, you think, Val? Oh, that'd be fun. Wait, maybe he gives us the hat. Oh, we get a war fan. Oh no, this is the shield. For some reason, my friend said it was like a hat or an umbrella or something, but... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So we're gonna need a whole bunch of money, but then we can get the Iron Fortress. An iron fan made in the far west can be fit into the shinobi prosthetic to become a working prosthetic tool. Experienced iron-ribbed fan users can deflect arrows and even bullets using this tool. Passed down through generations of assassins serving Senpo Temple, it wouldn't be surprising if the next owner decided its weight was impractical. We have drugs. Okay, that's fine. Like arsenic, basically. Great. Oh, but the, sort of the advantage here is it will allow us to escape enemies' detection without burning a use of resurrection, maybe? And then an anti-air death blow. A technique which serves the shinobi who is not bound by the earth in battle leap towards an opponent who has exposed himself in midair and strike, killing him before he hits the ground. Oh, I know somebody that'd be perfect for. What if this whole game is just a simulation for Zyrtec working inside your body? It feels like it. Like, this is distinctly unpleasant, but I know I'm going to be a better person on the other end. Nugget also says, you haven't gotten past the Blight Town of Dark Souls 3. Yeah, Farron Woods is particularly nasty. I found that over the course of several lives, what I had to do, right, was just determine where the next, like, little furnace was that I had to light and make a beeline towards it. Anything here? No? Alright, so I think it's time for us to burn some of that money we found. And we found quite a lot. Light coin purses. Yeah! 400. I'll take it. I'll take it. Heavy coin purses. That gives us enough for the fortress, at least. And now a couple bulging coin purses. Oh, friends, that's it. We can... Val says, I'm frankly surprised that more of these so-called samurai don't have ceramic armor. It all appears to be painted wood. Yeah, it does, and well, keep in mind, a lot of the standard enemies we've been fighting are actually supposed to be Ashigaru. Now, why on earth they're wielding katanas, I've got no idea, because if they wanted to go for something a bit more accurate, all of these guys, all of the lower-ranking soldiers, Ashigaru, should have some type of polearm, I would think. Not just for practicality's sake, but... You know, they were peasants. They didn't have time after conscription to master dexterous use of a really expensive, laboriously crafted weapon. Nugget says, is that your coin purse, or are you just happy to see me? The wolf needs to use that one. He needs to, like, integrate that into his game. He'll be far more popular then, I think. So guys, give me just a minute. We are actually going to take a break. We are at a little over an hour into the stream. Give me 5 minutes and I will be right back. Thanks for rocking with us. Alright guys, I'm back. Got myself another drink because apparently hydration is very, very important when you're talking for 3.5 hours nonstop. Yeah, that'll do. Whew. Thank you, Val. Yes, you will be my hydrobot for the duration of today's stream. More sugar. I see another big man with a big cannon. I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, guess we'll stab the one we're with. And now, yeah. Yeah. Of course these are the clips I'm going to get. Not like the spectacular win against the Iato specialist. None of that, no. Just getting blown off a roof. Oh, that's great. Brilliant. Seriously, thanks, Val. I may just upload that to my YouTube, or... if you don't mind, that is. Technically, that's your intellectual property, I think. Okay, so what's on the other side of these? Nothing, just free loot, I guess. I mean, really minor loot. I suppose that was placed there to entice the player to come over here and then just get perforated by the cannoneer and his friends, but technically on my stream, well, I guess you're right. Okay, so I'm seeing yet another idol because we haven't found enough of them yet, or... oh, no, wait. Wait a minute, no. See, this is the other side of that bridge that we saw after defeating a samurai general a couple streams ago. Like, the Headless is over there. And we are staying away from it for a very, very long time. Kind of indicative of all the people who had perished there before. Val's talking about, like, that little, loot pile. All the loot being there means other people had to die to drop it. Very... very astute, actually, yeah. So, only in a FromSoft game would it take you about 8 hours to get from over there to over here. And require you to fight about 6 high-ranking military... officials and a couple supernatural creatures in that span of time. Welcome to Dark Souls. Get good. Yeah. We all don't have to worry about me getting good anytime soon. I will be more than happy to get competent. Anything else up around here? I mean, clearly this is the way we're supposed to go, I think. Or somewhere up here. So, not seeing anything over there. You guys let me know if I'm just missing something that's glaringly obvious, which is a distinct possibility. Over here, maybe. Nope. I mean, there's only one other thing I can think of. And heaven, I hope it was not... it's not the case. Because if this is a dead end, right? If this is a dead end... Oh, thanks for the additional clip there, Val. Really appreciate getting some of our highlights, like, kind of separated from these massive 3-hour stream videos. So I'm thinking if there's nothing else over here, save that vendor, who, for the record, is very handy, then our only way forward is down. Down into the dungeon, and the valley, and all the places that are going to really test my abilities here. Yeah, I'm just seeing nothing, so I'll just go ahead and preempt the future right now. I mean, they've already got it dug out for us, so might as well just lay here. With the shield, Snake Eyes should be easier. Yeah, I was thinking that, exactly, because I think they even said, like, shotguns should not be a problem at all with the shield. The question is... can I, like, deploy the shield for an extended period of time? Or am I going to have to, like, essentially parry with it? We'll see. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Yeah, so we're going to go back to the sculptor and see what we're dealing with in regards to the shield. I'm just going to... I know, guys, and I apologize for being overly meticulous right now, but I'm just going to see if there's anything else I'm missing. And holy crap, there is. There was another path on the other end of the bridge that I just totally forgot about, because, you know, that's me. Going to clip the SpongeBob reference? I appreciate it. Oh! Oh god, that's beautiful. Meticulous equals good? Well, thank you, Nugget. I appreciate it. And it's true that in games like this, it's generally advisable to pace yourself. Like, really pace yourself. Because rushing into any environment is a very bad idea. Very, very bad idea. So no, we've been saying that the Sunken Valley is like Blight Town, but as I mentioned, I think, just a few minutes ago, it reminds me more of Demon Souls' Valley of Pestilence. Has anybody, like, seen that area in detail? Because it is a sight. Thanks for that, Val. That one's gonna be great. So there's some kind of critters hiding out in here. Like monkeys or something. Oh my god, they are monkeys. Just regular monkeys. Okay. Oh, that was more than a little disturbing. By the time the wolf gets through, there's going to be no living beings left in Ashina. Which, I mean, considering most of the living beings here have been insanely violent, not entirely sure that'd be a net loss. Val says, thank goodness FromSoft included invincibility frames for kill moves. Yes, really, right? I believe in the last stream when I fought that samurai general backed up with like the cadre of riflemen, I relied on iframes just to get me through the fight. It allowed me to take out each rifleman in turn while just kind of tanking his compatriots' fire. Oh, amiibo balloon that temporarily increases our chance of obtaining spirit emblems. I don't feel like we really need that quite yet. And here we go. Idle time. Brilliant. I think we're getting close to that holy mountain that, Great Serpent Shrine. Bonfire checkpoints in disguise. Oh, that's great. Well, in this case, it's a bit more like Bane Fire. Eh? D&D reference? No? Alright. This is the Great Serpent Shrine, so I'm expecting to find a lot of those snap seeds here, but, also expecting to find our friend Orochi again, who is going to... Oh, I'm just, I'm looking forward to this, and I'm also dreading it at the same time. That's kind of the quintessence of these games, as I understand it. Oh, I wish it was Orochimaru. I love him. One of my favorite designs for, like, an anime villain. Never actually got into Naruto, tried, couldn't really get engaged with it, but I love some of the character designs, his in particular. Boy. And I think... Nugget says it's easier to watch Naruto with friends. I wouldn't watch it by myself. Yeah, I get that feeling. A lot of really camp shonen shows are like that. For some reason, right? And I honestly cannot tell you what it could be, aside from the fact that I enjoyed the property when I was a child. I can just binge watch the incredibly campy... Now, only the dubs, only the subs, not the heavily edited dubs, but the Yu-Gi-Oh! Animes, any of them, I find them to be just delightful, mindless, stupid fun, and I feel kind of ashamed of that, but at the same time, it's like the perfect way to decompress after a really stressful day. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is one of those animes you've got to watch with friends. Definitely. I've only watched one episode, and it was just because a friend wanted me to, because they knew I would love the current season's outro theme. Which I do! One of the best songs of the 90s, friends. JoJo's is more grown up than Yu-Gi-Oh! And Naruto. That's very true, Nugget, but I think, like, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was probably more grown up than Yu-Gi-Oh! Or most shonen anime. Like, kind of the design template for shonen is, like, 5-minute speech about friendship, 16 minutes of things incomprehensibly exploding. And it's a time-tested format, I must admit. Here we go, the loaded umbrella. Sure. When spread open, it'll protect against attacks from all directions. Hold it out while moving to protect from... Oh, light attacks, too, so this is just a full-on shield. And I can use it to deflect attacks. And it looks like... Oh my god, you guys, this one doesn't even consume spirit emblems. This is amazing. Umbrella deflects are even easier to time than sword deflects. Wow. The amount of old rock song references is unreal in JoJo's. Basically, every single character is a reference. That's true, and I appreciate that finally some media has understood and expressed the true nefariousness of Kenny G's music. I mean, just Why would anybody do that to themselves? So we can load a couple more weapons. Nothing really significant for now. What's the first upgrade for the umbrella? A magnet! Oh my god. It'll protect against attacks from all directions? Oh, crap. That... we are gonna want that. Oh, yes. Straight up Dark Souls shield cheese, infinite use, unlimited power. Val is right. I am now back home. I am in my Dark Souls element. I can now just hide behind a shield, safe from harm. Let's see what we're rocking with here. Oh! Okay, so this is not exactly a traditional shield. This is kind of ridiculous, but... so we could, like, deflect. Yeah. Oh, Nugget, don't worry, you'll get good. Actually, these games are less about getting good and more about development. I think we may have talked about this in an earlier stream, but it's basically the same process that you would go through learning a new skill. It involves a whole lot of experimentation and failure and things like that. On the player's part. And 95% of these games, as I've said several times now, is just preparation. If you make sure you've got the proper loadout and abilities and all that heading into difficult encounters, you can usually stick it out regardless of, like, your relative skill in, like, negotiating the encounter's mechanics. Should be getting, like, some, like... special glasses soon. Excellent. That'll be a big help. I can tell you that much. See, I'm like really excited right now, guys, because there's so many different paths I could take. I've got those two terrible underground areas. I've got the Headless. I've got now like Snake Valley, I guess. Okay. Okay, now, hold on. Hold on. Now, From Software. Just open address to the fine folks at From. I would find some validity in complaints that in certain Dark Souls titles, particularly the first, bonfires were spread a little bit too thin, with great distances between particular of them that made not just, like, overcoming significant obstacles, but also just navigation a bit of a hassle until you gain the ability to teleport. But really now? There was an idol right up there. It took me less than... if I was just mainlining it, it would take me about 15 seconds to get from one to the next. This is like Souls 3 and New Duke's Archive? Really? In what way? Oh, wow, Nugget, I had no idea. That sounds like it'd be really difficult to cope with. I'm glad that you're able to, obtain some kind of, like, eyewear or something that'll ameliorate that issue, but I'm really sorry to hear that. Oh, so Nugget, are you saying that, based on, like, some of what you've seen, I could have approached this area from an entirely different way? Like, another area I could have accessed at this point actually feeds into this one? Huh. Oh god, what are you? Oh! They're from the valley! They're from the valley! No, 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 no! Oh, so I've gone a completely different direction. Oh, this is great. We are charting new ground, ladies and gentlemen. And we're back in the valley somehow. No. And those are guillotine guns, or resemble them at least, Val says. Okay. So, these guys, bad news. Bad, bad news. Whoa, whoa, Nugget, you say this game can be speedrun in 20 minutes? Wow, I had no idea, because, I mean, it looks like to me there is a good, like, 20, 30 hours of content here if you want to just get everything. Maybe more. Then again, I tend to play like the pace of a turtle, so that might just be some of my personal bias affecting that estimate. Okay. So, we are in a very precarious spot right now. We just kind of want to go back to that shrine, I guess. No idea why the good gentlemen from the valley were present, just to remind me that I haven't escaped them yet, I suppose. Oh, but I see something over there. I see like a funerary shrine or something. Let's see if I didn't miss something. It's easily 20, 30 hours. Okay, that's what I thought. I was about to say, I don't think I'm that slow. For speedrunning, you can get to the final area and beat the game after fighting only 2 bosses. Wow, that is really weird. And it's the first, like, recent FromSoft game. Oh, climb up another level? Val says, okay. Okay, see, this is why I'm so glad I have you guys, because I would be totally oh my god. Yep. Yep, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to be in charge of teaching people soon. That's good. Yes, Val, and there is in fact another level up. Here we are. Thanks for pointing that out. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay, this looks kind of interesting. I'm expecting quite a few gunmen, maybe? Yep. It's like the Psycha from hell. Oh, just a stray prayer bead, and we get a new prayer necklace. How do you like that? Well, thanks for catching that, Val. This is going to be super handy. More pacifying agents. That's good, I suppose. So if we can find some more divine confetti, my friends, we are set. Now, I don't think there's any way to dive yet. The meter in the top right, I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about, Val. I don't see such a meter right now, and I don't think I have before. Nothing in the upper right corner. Occasionally, like, a little blue flame will appear there to indicate that the game's auto-saving. But... oh, it filled up to 4? That may just indicate how many prayer beads we have or something. I'm not sure. So I guess we come back here a bit later. I'm not really seeing a way out. I mean, we got more than enough, to be fair. We got a new prayer bead and some more, like, ether or whatever it is. We're just going to be drugging ourselves to make the nightmares go away, just like we did in Bloodborne. It was before I picked up the prayer bead, huh? That's curious. It happened when I killed the... And real life, says Nugget. Yeah, no, that's exactly how you treat serious, like, traumatic stress disorders. Just start shoving hallucinogenics in there. Alright. I'm not sure what that meter is about, but I will definitely keep an eye out. Oh no, wait, sorry, oh my god, I can't believe I missed that. So, if you're referring to that little blue meter that's now close to the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, that is, actually, our EXP meter. Every time it fills up, we gain an additional skill point, and our current number of skill points is indicated by the large number to the leftmost side of the meter. Yeah, skill points. What we will use to make the wolf slightly less frail as time goes on, and that we used together to great effect to kit out our character at the end of the last stream. Okay, so I think that's all we can do over there for right now. Well, I will say it is rather handy to have, like, a bunch of checkpoints around in a game like this where there's extra treasure and, like, secret bosses everywhere. Yep, and we're back to the valley. Good thing we got that umbrella, then. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the village hidden in the gun smoke. This is going to be a particularly taxing series of encounters, I believe. Have I tried to fight the Headless? Yeah, Nugget, we actually gave that a go right near the beginning of the stream, and it turns out that coating my sword in the Divine Confetti not only allows me to harm it, but can dispel the fog that was weighing us down. I got so close to destroying the Headless, but the problem was I ran out of confetti right as it was about to die, and then I was just, you know, totally helpless. I'm hoping this isn't going to be the case, of course, but I would love for there to be some kind of shinobi prosthetic that would allow me to, like, temporarily bless my weapon. Like a loaded prayer talisman or something. So these guys are using what look like really, really slapdash muskets. Like just a gun barrel affixed to, like, a kind of simple pole arm. Oh, you don't know if the flame vent might already do that, Val? I know it doesn't temporarily bless the weapon, but it might dispel the fog. That's an idea worth testing, actually. Once I get some more confetti. The Shinobi Party Cannon. Actually, Nugget, that would be wonderful, because blessings in this game take the form of, like, these beautiful, like, purple, dynamic flare effects, and I would totally be down for that. Like, fire kills undead, right, Val, but it was stated pretty clearly in the description of the Divine Confetti that it alone allows, like, warriors to combat the undead. Something about purifying them, I believe. Oh, so more antidote powder. Which, you know, great. Sell me car insurance now. Alright. Making gentle progress. Oh, but Nugget, confetti is purifying. Tell me one situation where you've been around confetti and been in a bad mood. Bet you can't. Bet you can't. Every party ever... okay, fair enough, fair enough. I don't really do parties either. But it's not the confetti's fault. It's more like groups of people. Ha! How do you like that? Oh! Doesn't mind it all that much, apparently. Oh my god, Val, you were right. It looks like he's just taken 4 or 5 muskets and taped them together. Which, I mean, you know, applaud the ingenuity. Oh, you got a lag spike, Val? That's a shame. Let me know if it's persistent on your end, and I will attempt to adjust the stream accordingly. Are you getting anything, Nugget, or are we good? Didn't happen on your end. Okay. The gun fort? Oh, God. Everything's good on your end, Val? Yeah. I was, praising the ingenuity of the, like, cannoneer just taping 5, muskets together. Muskets that look like they wouldn't be able to function at any rate. So it looks like we finally get to Senpo Temple, like where that revered religious figure is, by going through here. Or here. Well, one or the other. Is this an indie roguelike? Oh, that... oh, can you guys imagine what, like, a FromSoft roguelike would be? Oh my god. That'd be a real nightmare. Third prayer necklace. The bull was nothing but a fiery, rampaging beast and nothing more. In the last great war, the corpses of Ashina samurai piled high. Something had to be done. Okay. It's called Dark Souls. Dark Souls is a roguelike? Really? I thought roguelikes typically entailed, like, procedural generation, and that was, like, their distinguishing characteristic. If there was, like, a randomly generated Dark Souls, I would cry. And I'm sure there's mods for, like, the PC that would allow you to do that, but... oof. Why on earth would you do that to yourself? So, it looks like the only way to go is going to be forward. Towards Senpo Temple. Oh, the Bloodborne Chalice Dungeon. Yeah, okay. So I'll actually rescind that comment. The Chalice Dungeons are amazing. Oh, this is bad. Oh, we're gonna have a real bad time, guys. Whew. Okay. Okay, I do not know how we would navigate this without the impenetrable fortress or what have you. Oh, no! Hi, again. You're looking well. Oh, whoop, should have known that was coming. So, Nugget, just for your information, this boss was guarding one of kind of the dead ends that I ran into before you arrived on stream today. Ooh! Well, we're getting close, guys. We're getting close. Ichimonji did actually help Val, but the problem was every time I eased up on him, he used his weapon the way it was intended to be used. So, I will take some solace from this. That was a much better run. Much better than our first run against, the fella down in the actual depths of the valley. Is there a way to, like, maybe sneak around the perimeter? It does not appear so. Well, here we go. Oh, oh, he got me with that one somehow. Again? Really? Oh, this is gonna be a pain. So the good news is that unblockable attack, it looks like our shield will just gardish straight through it. Certainly got enough stamina, doesn't he? There we go. Oh my god, my shield broke. My shield broke! Or I'm out of spirit emblems. Just as bad. Just as bad. We are getting it. Maybe. Hey! Okay. Still kind of a shameful display on my part, but we pulled it out and replenished our spirit emblems. Very, very nice. Oh, okay. I think that called for some water. Yeah. Val says I may want to spec up to double Ichimonji. It'll let me be unrelenting. Might want to, actually. That's... Right now, that'd be pretty high on my list. Yeah, no, and it takes the prosthetic arts to, just draw the shield. I think so, yeah. Great thing I found out during that little fight, just kind of in the chaos of it all, is that the shield will block even the gunner's, like, little unblockable hook attack. Which just alleviated a lot of the potential pain of navigating this area for me, or that fight for me. Good shit, thank you, Val, thank you. Not my best showing overall, but I think we finally got the mechanics down, so we should be able to take out the Snake Eyes down in the valley proper now. Well, given a couple tries, at least. That must be the gun fort. I saw some guys the other way, so I'm going to go collect some loot. That's what I'm doing. I'm being thorough and gathering loot and totally not running away. Blocks in a 360-degree radius. It's awesome. It really is. This might just be the best shield in a FromSoft game to date. And no, the guys who saw me are just over there at the gun fort, so... Whoops. Oh no, no. We got stuff. Yeah, there we go. This better be worth it. Totally not worth it. Come on, come on. Yep. The buckler is also OP. Yes, it really is valid, especially if you're going for like a parry-centric build, like focusing on crit damage. I was never confident enough to give that a try, but I've seen people do some beautiful things with it. Oh, and the Dark Hand as well, you're right. Dark Hand, I think, was always a really cool weapon. I never maximized its potential, but I loved the aesthetic. Alright, so now we are just gonna cheese this. So do y'all think this would even be manageable without the shield? Or would we just be screwed? Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Just calm down, guys. We will get to you. Your attacks will be answered in the order they were received. Whew. Y'all are sure someone's done? Yeah, probably. It would just be a right time, wouldn't it? Okay. Okay, we got this. So I'm thinking exploration around the gun fort is gonna have to wait. Like, best to just clear it out first. And then, like, have a look-see. Nope, up. Oof, so close. So close. Let's go up here first. So, Val says the Dark Hand isn't very effective as a shield, it's more a parrying tool. Yeah, I noticed that when I was experimenting with it. I primarily liked it for that really cool grab attack you could use on certain NPCs. Oh, they've got, like, firecrackers set out as little alarms. You know, because they're awful. What on earth? Whoops. Come on. Come on. Huh. Disgusting yet ingenious. It really is, isn't it? And I have to appreciate how well these guys are working with the theme. They are the gun faction. Everything is guns here. Whew. Shouldn't have blocked that with the sword, but still, we making progress. Oh, what the? Okay. Okay, I'll take it. Oh, there's a lot of you, isn't there? We will come back for them, I think. After they've cooled down a bit. This is a really cool area, in all honesty. Like, I just see so many different avenues of approach that one could take. Val says, yeah, it's literally just a bunch of guns bound together and triggered all at once somehow. As I said, just good old madman ingenuity, I think. Oh. Oh, what is this? Oh, just somebody to raise the alarm, I guess. So my question would be, who even are these people? They haven't received any significant lore other than that they're apparently really, really, creative when it comes to making medicines and weapons. Are these basically the Tusken Raiders, but like snow now? Nugget says From Software doesn't do lore, remember? No, they do a fair amount of lore, they just don't do plot, like, at all. Which is something I'm kind of appreciative of. Sekiro at least has a plot. Not an overly complex one, but it is there. So according to that little flavor text we got, black gunpowder is used exclusively for upgrades of an explosive and/or occultic nature. So I guess, like, when you're hunting really southern ghosts? Maybe? Alright. Now, I've already been over there. Good way to put that. Thanks, Val. That's not actually an original observation, or at least wording on my part. Some analyst I was watching, like, discuss the series and, like, their approach to world design in general made that comparison. Like, drawing specifically the distinction between lore, world building, and then, like, actual plot. There are so many of these guys, I just totally missed a couple. And did not even notice. I can't wait to see what the boss of this area is gonna be like. It might just be some kind of, like, gunpowder automaton, like a walking cannon or something, wielding a smaller cannon with, like, a shotgun underbarrel attachment. That's what I'm going with. Place your bets now. Oh, they're sneaky. They got one facing this entrance, so maybe we've got to sneak up and around and... Oh, Val actually has a pretty interesting take on this. He says, I feel like these enemy types are less Tusken Raiders and more like war deserters. You have to have ingenuity to survive if you ran away from your lord's army. Yeah, so much of this game's narrative is based around, like, war and, like, especially in, like, item descriptions and things like that, the effects, psychological and physical, that war can have on its participants, like the common people who are, like, enlisted to fight in armies. I would not be surprised if these guys were just like an engineering corps that went rogue at some point. In which case, good on them, because the Ashina seem kind of terrible overall, to be honest. Oh, come on, guys. I'm sure there's a way to stealth kill you, and I will find out what it is. And notice now here at Guncourt, or Gunfort, Now we don't get, like, a checkpoint every 5 feet. They knew what they were doing. Firecracker their ass? I would, Val, but I don't know, I'm just a little uneasy about taking on 2 of these at once. So notice they are cautious, but as signified by the little yellow triangle, they have not actually seen me. So that one just unloaded his cannon into the wall just because. It's just like what they do. Oh, almost had it. Almost had it. We are laming this out. I need me a checkpoint. Sorry if this isn't the most terribly exciting thing to watch, but this is what happens when Brady does stealth. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we are! And the one I'm wounded is the one left, so I think we might be good to just go for it here. Because despite their size and kind of considerable stamina, these guys, ow, don't have a whole lot of health. I got a use of regeneration, will be good, hopefully. Okay. Alright, so we got more of that sulfurous gunpowder. A lot of it, too. Three pinches. That should take care of our gunpowder needs for the immediate future. Which means better firecrackers eventually, so I am excited for that. Nothing over there. Okay, I think we've cleared this area out. Did you guys pick up on anything I missed? Because I think we good. Money, gunpowder, healing item. Okay. Alright, Val, go get yourself something to eat. Yeah, you definitely need to eat if you haven't all day, and it's like, what, going on? Or a little past 5 o'clock. Okay, and Nugget, you were doing, like, some homework while you're working on this. That's fine. That's fine. Hope everything's going well for you academically, by the way. We are rapidly approaching finals week, which is always an enjoyable time for students. Oh, yay, we're in Gunfort. Okay. So, according to this... Looks like they wanted me to do the, abandoned dungeon before the Sunken Valley. So, maybe I can explore a little bit more around here without getting myself torn to shreds. That'd be nice. So, quick rules for the underground dungeon. The floor. Don't touch it. Just don't. We don't want to mess with that thing. Aside from that... I don't know, maybe there's just... something I missed. Getting my homeward idol ready so I can duck out if needs be. Alright, alright. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, I cannot leave in time. Alright, so I guess we have inadvertently wandered into another round with the Nightmare Demon. Yeah, that didn't last long. Going to get some new kit and come back here, but okay, I guess there's nothing for us there quite yet. We'll just keep going with the valley. Then. That's a predicament. You tell me about it, Nugget. That was... Oi, that was not, like, Sansaru hoverboarding tough. It doesn't look to be. It just looks like I'm severely underprepared for that particular, encounter at present. No, that was complete BS. I would expect to find the Spyro Reignited hoverboarding segments in a game like this. You know, something designed to make you miserable. Not in, like, what was supposed to be a remarkably accessible, like, bright, colorful platformer. That was something else, actually. Luckily, the rest of the game is awesome. Yeah, it looked pretty fantastic from what I saw on your stream, and it looked like a great chill game as well. Double Ichimonji, or... Yeah, we'll go for double Ichimonji. Oh, and we just unlocked, or we now have the opportunity to unlock an Aeto attack. Very nice. But it costs spirit emblems. Okay. So, back to Gunfort it is for us. We're making pretty good progress along multiple avenues. It just seems like, after the initial duel with Genichiro, there is a definite difficulty spike, which is what I'm kind of used to from FromSoft games. After each major act, things get more challenging across the board. So let's see. Double Ichimonji now. Oh, very nice. Now, yeah, this is the environment I was used to seeing the gunmen in. Down in the bowels of the earth. I would assume they've got some kind of massive forge down here. Oh dear. Long-arm Centipede Giraffe. You know what? Sure, why not? It's Voldo. It's just friggin' Voldo. Oh my god. It's my stripper name? Yeah, It sounds like one. It sounds like a very poorly translated foreign stripper name. Good catch. But this is, So, I would like to hypothesize that there is something very, very wrong with these people. Like, oh my god. What happened to you? Well, friends, we took out the human knife block and got gunpowder and a prayer bead for our trouble. So that happened. Farewell, gentle Centipede Giraffe. May you shake it like a Polaroid picture in the air after. Oh, hey, y'all. A large fan... Oh. Oh. This is so cool. A large fan made of dried red Japanese Aralia leaves can be fit to the shinobi prosthetic to become a prosthetic tool. Fanning it creates a large vortex of wind, spiriting away those it catches. Divine abduction through an 8-handed fan. Once is fine, but twice and you'll never return. If abducted, we'll head to Mount Congo. At Sempo Temple, we'll perform virtuous deeds. So, I'm thinking not only will this allow me to throw weaker enemies about, but since it has some kind of divine connotation, maybe I can use it to dispel the fog that enemies like the Headless cast about. Oh, that is so nice. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well, thank you, long-armed Centipede Giraffe. Which, guys, I don't think we're going to be able to beat that encounter for just the sheer level of WTF is going on. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Nugget. This is why I'm really enthused about the prospect of playing games live, because my reaction, however muted by, like, Twitch or YouTube standards, was one of completely legitimate shock. I was expecting, like, some really big, burly musketeer, you know, or somebody riding a cannon or something, not whatever that was. So, what do we have down here? Or up here, I should say. I hear the sound of skeletons. Is there skeletons? Oh no, that's a lizard. Hey, buddies. Give me your experience. Experience. Yes. Oh, we got some divine confetti. That means if I get a couple more pinches, I should be able to take on the Headless with absolutely no serious threat of injury. So this entire little tunnel was lined with lizards stuck to the walls. Good to know. And I'm poisoned. Yay. Okay. Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is. Flexing on lizards. I am, though. I am. They deserved it. They poisoned me. For the first time in this game, might I add. So, glad to see that FromSoft hadn't lost their touch. Oh, and this is some powerful poison. I might want to whip out my antidotes, actually. Yeah. Let's not mess with that. It was worth it for the confetti. So I think once we get back out to the rafters here, beams, whatever you may wish to call them, there is another path that's open to us. And of course, I hear the lizards again. Oh god, they're everywhere. Oh, it's a baby centipede giraffe! Oh, how beautiful. How futile its resistance. Oh, another prayer bead. We were just finding those left, right, and center. Very nice. Oh, and these centipede giraffes just throw firebombs. Okay. That's kinda neat, I guess. More medicine. Very good. Whoa. Oh, so the lizards can just kind of vomit their poison on me. Alright. Okay. Oh, I actually got several pinches of divine confetti, so I could probably take the headless now if I really wanted to. Maybe we'll try that out after we hit our next checkpoint, maybe to close out the stream. Okay. Looks like, at least for the time being, we're heading up. Well, that was quick. Right back down. Right back to the entrance, apparently. Is this the entrance? Yep. Yep. Gun fort. Nightmare creature boss room. Guess I missed something down in the mine shaft. Which, I mean, there is no way that these mines are up to code. This is remarkably shoddily reinforced. This is the kind of quality commentary you guys will be enjoying as I attempt to get my bearings. Okay. Anything more over here? There's the horrible monsters we killed, but like, I'm fairly certain that's death down there, so not just like a reservoir we can swim around in. So let us meticulously examine possible avenues of, or just jump into a bottomless pit. That works too. I mean, you know, you've got to have like multiple strategies ready to execute at any time, and that was one of mine. Rather fruitful endeavor overall, I would say. Nothing over here. Nope, wrong way here. I need a profile pic. I know I do, Nugget. I'm thinking, like, as a placeholder, seeing as how I am not terribly artistic, nor am I affiliated with any um, as I'm aware of, like really capable artists, just using like my portrait from my Twitter, because who doesn't want to watch like a little doughy man in like a burgundy suit play video games? I mean, sounds like a good time to me. So old Brady's definitely missing something here. That's nothing new, but oh, you could make me something. It's very kind of you, but I don't want to be like a burden. I could just as easily commission somebody eventually. But I would appreciate it. Oh, well, thank you so much, Nugget. That's phenomenally kind of you. Um, give me a while to think about it. Maybe next time we speak, I can have something for you. And of course, likewise, like reciprocally, if there's anything I can do for you, especially anything relating to like academics or professional development, just hit me up. I'd be more than happy to assist in any way I'm able. Oh wow, you've actually done this for like several content creators before, including yourself. I had no idea. That's really impressive then. Anything will work as long as it's something. I'm pretty sure that's like the fast food industry's motto, but yeah, I'll think of something. Val actually had a pretty good idea I might want to go for. Most people won't even click if I have a default icon. Wow, I had no idea. That would explain stream attendance around here. Wait, hold on. Maybe. That doesn't look like something we can grab onto. Since I'm the Overanalyst, I could do like a magnifying glass or microscope or paraglass with eyebrows raised or something. Well, Val's idea was like having a stereotypical like Victorian professor, like, you know, a stout little man with a well-kept goatee and mustache, like looking into like a sextant or magnifying glass or something into like a telescope or a microscope or something like that, and into a third like examination tool, and so on and so on. I actually think that's a really cute idea if done properly. Okay, so clearly I don't know what I'm getting myself into here. I think we might have to get a key or something and just come back. That's what I'm getting here. No, I see it as well. It could work. It could work for my non-existent brand. It's one of the things I loved about doing radio. You only had to focus on the broadcasts themselves. There was no, like, affiliated, like, a brand development or anything like that. Maybe that could be my icon and my actual that could be my banner, and the actual icon could just be a guy with a magnifying glass or something smaller. Yeah, sure. After all, if you're willing to assist me with this, then ultimately it's kind of your prerogative with whatever you think would look best. I tend to defer to expertise, and you've done this before, so I would happily leave it in your capable hands. So let's get this new shinobi tool out. Maybe this will help us make some headway elsewhere. Very good point there, Nugget. I've never been much of a brand builder in general, to be perfectly honest with you. I just try for... I mean, I'm doing this for fun, mind you. I don't want to see any income or anything like that out of this. This is just a fun way of, like, decompressing for me. So I just try to be as forthright and genuine as possible. Oh, most icons are inside jokes that streamers who are friends have come up with throughout the months? That's something I didn't know. That's interesting. Very interesting. Alright, let's get the, divine abduction. Oh, man. Look at this. Okay, so if I use the divine abduction and I use it properly, I will be able to immediately spin most enemies around and leave them open for a death blow. Oh, I like this. It's Mario Cave. Right, Val. Oh, by the way, Val, you missed the most incredible boss. Like, oh my god. Does it work for projectiles? I don't think so. But we can upgrade it dead away, with the double divine abduction. Narsh Nuggies, see though, Nugget, I know you say you have nothing to do with it, but I think you could, like, claim a certain percentage of, like, the intellectual property on everything to do with, like, chicken nuggets on this platform. I think that could be your in. And Val, no, I don't think this works for projectiles. This just works on most weak enemies, supposedly, and it causes them to immediately rotate and be left wide open for death blows. But you missed the most incredible boss in the game so far. It was, like, kind of the general, I want to say, that the sort of really messed up engineers had guarding this thing, and it was basically Voldo from Soul Calibur with an entire, like, cutlery block's worth of knives, hooks, and other implements shoved into his skin, claws attached to his hands, crawling around and just screaming nonstop, called something like double-necked or double-jointed caterpillar giraffe, or something of that nature. It was incredible. So, I'm going to go ahead and get double divine abduction. No reason not to, I don't think. Because that brings us a step closer. Much, much closer to the long spark. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Long-legged giraffe centipede. That's it. That's it. Oh, that poor creature. It was another one of those boss fights I won while having absolutely no idea what was going on. Those are becoming increasingly common. Long-legged centipede giraffe? Yeah, it was long-legged centipede giraffe. That was it, I think. So we are halfway towards affording the gourd from our slowly dying merchant friend over there. And I want to try out... Oh, hold on, so each of these shinobi tools is a bit different. Like, if you upgrade a shinobi tool, you have to select the upgrade separately. I did not know that. So now we can upgrade our shuriken and the divine abduction. Let's go ahead and try out First off, our upgraded shuriken. Oh, nice. So it hits like 2 or 3 times consecutively. And double divine abduction. Oh, hey. Alright, I see you. I see you, Sekiro. Let's try it out on our buddy over here. Well, let's not. I think we know what this does. So I could prepare it, then blast it out later. Yeah, it would appear so. I don't know if once primed the effect is more or less permanent until consumed, but I'm just not sure. I think next we might actually head back to the depths, because I reached a locked door that cannot be opened in the depths of the gun fort just past the divine abduction, and I'm staying as far away from that monk in the dungeon as I possibly can for the time being. We might get this one, we might not. And in fact... Yeah, I'm tempted to use the divine abduction, or test it out on the big guy with the shotgun here, because if we can get around Shotgun Dude, then we should be a-okay to take on the actual mini-boss here. I would bet you divine abduction blows away the headless fog. Yeah, Val, I thought the same thing as soon as I saw it. Especially considering it's got, like, that red, energetic aura. I'm just thinking that, you know, it might have some kind of application there. And, while we were down in the mines underneath the gun fort, we actually found 3 pinches of divine confetti, so I was thinking about closing the stream out in maybe 15-20 minutes whenever we reach our next milestone by going and fighting the Headless. With 3 pinches of confetti, we could definitely take it. It has divine in the name, I mean, come on. Yeah, really. I mean, I could use a whole lot more divine kit right now. I could use some divine intervention right about now, because this fight is going to be... Oh, man, is it going to be unpleasant. Can I maybe... No? Well, I tried. Maybe... Hey... So maybe I can fight Big Boy without alerting anybody else. Yeah. Nope, whoop. Oh, I unequipped my shield. That was a bad idea. That was a very bad idea. Nope. Ooh, close. Yeah, no, Nugget, I saw this morning that the Great Organ in Notre Dame survived, which is great, because, oh, I was just torn up at the news that most of the cathedral had, like, burned, or most of the central, like, spire had collapsed. That was absolutely tragic. And the rose window survived, which is just incredible news. So let's try this again. We have fought one of these snake eyes before. We could do it again. Oh, according to President Emmanuel Macron, the cathedral can be completely rebuilt in around 5 years. That's amazing. So kudos to all the folks working overtime, really, to begin the long process of restoring Notre Dame Cathedral. So I think the only thing that really screwed me in that last fight was I did not have my shield equipped and then just kind of got frazzled from there. Until then, you'll just play Assassin's Creed Unity. Oh, Val, come on. No, you won't. I mean, I don't think anybody, aside from maybe you, me, and some very, very masochistic reviewers, have actually played that game straight through. I'm glad nobody looks out. Yeah. You actually enjoyed the game? I'll say this. I played Unity long after most of the critical issues had been patched out, and I thought it had one of the best plots in the series. It was actually fairly moving, especially for like a AAA game. But the actual gameplay felt just a little threadbare, and I will also not forgive them for removing memory corridor sequences from that game. The patches were definitely required, yeah. Okay, so it looks like if I don't have the shield, I'm just gonna get hit with that, like, kind of cleave. Oh. Come on. Ugh, come on. Nope. No, 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 no. Ah, so close, guys, so close. This one, this guy seems to be far more intelligent than the first we had to fight. Like, I feel like his AI is a bit more adept at getting around my extremely erratic maneuvering. Nugget says, referring to Unity, I nearly cried when I loaded the game and saw how detailed the reflections in the floor were in the opening part where you're a child. My sister is an architect specializing in restoration of old buildings, especially French, as she... Wow. Oh, wow, that's so awful. Sorry to hear about that. I know that the destruction of Notre Dame was, extremely impactful for a lot of people. And... well, it's just one of those things you have to, like, come together as kind of a community and sort through the healing process for, right? Oh, and Val gave us another clip. That's beautiful. Thank you, thank you. And guys, I do apologize for, like, the absolute scrub level play today. I should be a bit better at this by now, but... I promise you we'll be a bit sharper next time around. This is probably not the best thing in the world to watch. Oh, back before the gun fort. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and Val, check that out. Double Ichimonji. Oof. We'll get him. Wow, guys, I think... Wait a minute, I think this musketeer is female, actually. Listening to, like, the tone of their voice. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, got another prayer necklace, I'll take it. So we got a lot of stuff. You guys say you're having fun, you're appreciating the stream regardless, thank you so much. Nugget says, most people don't care about the skill of the player, honestly. That's fantastic. I enjoy that. Hopefully I can be a bit more of an adept conversationalist as I get a bit more used to this whole streaming thing. It's much more entertaining to watch someone who sucks at the game and is funny than to watch someone who's brilliant at a game but has absolutely no personality and may as well be a lizard person. You're right, there are plenty of those online. Oh no, Val, you got plenty of personality, brother. Love it, and love your contributions, actually, because you're providing kind of the analytical proper commentary to what may be generously described as color commentary from me. Yeah, and yes, I will watch Dororo at some point. I've got quite a lengthy backlog of stuff to get around to. And, since we're getting a bit more into lore speculation today, having seen what a couple of these people look like underneath, like, their robes, I would say, coupled with the way that they've sounded, right? Like, if you noticed throughout my fights with most of these people, they don't seem to be all that vigorous, like, they're not screaming with energy or intensity. It sounds like they're moaning every time they, execute an attack, or really move all that quickly. They're in pain. I think these people might be lepers or have some kind of, like extremely debilitating disease, and so that's why they've kind of ostracized themselves. That was the case, at least for the enemies in the original inspiration for this type of biome in the Souls series, Demon Souls, Valley of Defilement, so... Val says, makes sense. Nugget says, sounds like me. No, I don't... Oh. Really? So, we're just gonna creep right around. I doubt they've ostracized themselves, but have more so been ostracized, Val says. Maybe. Oh, there's no going back, is there? Well, at any rate, they have made a fine little place for themselves here. So I'm going to use my homeward idol just to go back to that idol, because I'm not fighting whatever that thing is with no healing items and half of our health. And actually, the kind of our operant theory that these people are suffering from some type of malady is further reinforced by the fact that if you notice, in terms of stamina, I'm not talking about the phenomenal power of their weapons, but in terms of stamina and health, they actually seem to be considerably weaker than, like, standard human opponents. Is it just me, or do you guys seem to be picking that up as well? They appear to be kind of fragile. Okay, I'm right. I thought so. You know, they could be crowding around, like, the base of that temple in the gun fort because they're seeking healing or some kind of, like, amelioration from the monks in the temple. Hey, with our upgraded Shinobi stealth skill, we can actually sneak up on the Hulks now. Oh, Val says, my thought is that they may have been cursed to be down here in this poison pit because they upset some god or yokai. Possibly. I mean, I'm seeing lots of... Are these, like, Juzo statues, I think they're called around here? And Nugget says, like, I'm so relieved that Notre Dame's structure is intact and can be easily fixed. Yeah, really. It's phenomenal what can be done by, like, really motivated and well-funded modern restoration teams. Similar groups have been able to do truly breathtaking things with even ancient, dilapidated sites. Not just historical sites that have suffered the odd bit of damage, but... Hold on. But places, for instance, like the tombs at Amarna, or at least in the very early 2000s, the Iraqi workers at Babylon were able to accomplish some pretty amazing things. Oh, hey, look at another idol, and I am not gonna give FromSoft a hard time anymore. This is welcome. I need this in my life. And Val, I think you have a very good point about them being, like, literally cast out to this place because the entrance is through, like, a symbolic gate to hell. So No, good eye there, sir. Good eye. Oil, so we've got just straight up oil. Or more oil, I should say. I've collected a ton of it, but never used any of it. Would I happen to know any good songs published in 1986? Oh, 86. I'm sure since you have like the laughing emoticon, there's supposed to be a joke there, but now you've just got my incredibly literal brain going 86, 86, 86. I think Sexual Healing was 1984. Oh, you haven't been able to find one that you actually enjoy. Hold on. Tell you what, I will get right on this looking through my archives, and I've got like a small library dedicated to like soul music, funk, disco, things like that. And I will send you some suggestions maybe after the stream through like Twitter or Facebook, alright? I'm sure I can find something. That was a dark, dark time for soul, but I'm sure there's something. And yeah, Val, we'll see you back in just a minute. So, I'm feeling brave. I'm feeling terribly, terribly brave. So I'm going to go ahead and just see what this boss is. Oh, all the top 100 is like incredibly cheesy garbage? Yeah, no. If you are not a fan of really sappy singer-songwriter ballads, Lionel Richie, or, like incredibly, like gloriously campy hair metal, then the mid 80s were not a time for you. Well, come on then. What do we got? Oh, you've never listened to Prince before. Okay, so if you enjoyed Prince's work, I would suggest checking out either some of his records, just some more of his records from that time, or maybe see if anybody from Parliament Funkadelic had released anything during the same time period. Oh, really? You think you prefer Prince over Michael Jackson? Wow. I don't think I could say the same with confidence. I'm just too much of like a classical elitist when it comes to soul. So there was actually no boss in that area. That surprised me. And hey, it's our buddy. Nugget says we listened to a Michael Jackson playlist for 3 hours in class one time, and I actually ended up hating every moment of it. Really? Was it like a bunch of the deep cuts? Like, or were you not, are you just not a huge MJ fan in general? Oh wow, so we're definitely on the trail of some kind of yokai. Oh, it was all the classics. Okay. Oh, looks like we're heading to an ominous village hidden in the mist. That's gonna be fun. Hold on, Nugget. I just might have something for you. And yes, Redbone is just an absolutely fantastic song. As Modern Soul goes, it's about as good as it gets. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm finding like a lot of 87s, like, just as I skim with one hand through my phone, but not any great 86s. Does it have to be 86 specifically, or just sometime in that, like, area? Like that time period? 87 was a better year, just by virtue of it having, like, a pretty solid Barry White album release. Oh! Oh, look at this! This is beautiful! I mean, it's eerily beautiful, but beautiful nonetheless. So we're in the Hidden Forest, and all of this is just at the base of Ashina Castle. Wow. Oh, it's for a copyright law class. Okay, a recapture memo. Well, as I said, after the stream ends, I will hop on over to my, like, personal library and see if I can't find something for you. I should be able to. I can definitely do so. The world would have been a much better place without Disco Demolition Night, you know? We would have gotten, like, some quality R&B in the 80s. Is this the home realm of Hell Chicken? 'Cause I'm seeing a whole lot of Hell Chicken. Well, Val, we found a really ominous cavern that it turns out was a complete red herring, because on the other end of it was Valley of the Hell Chicken. This is what was on the other side of the valley. This is, like, the actual settlement in the Hidden Valley, I suppose. The world would have been a better place without Disco Demolition Night. It really would have, though. Pop music, I mean, obviously, like, musical taste is an extremely, subjective matter. But as somebody who just loved traditional R&B, soul, disco, funk, all that stuff, the early 80s, and mid-80s, too, were just a bad time. Oh, you're not a Cyndi Lauper or Madonna fan, Nugget? Maybe it just comes from, like, running an early morning oldies show for several years at our old university, but I have this peculiar fondness for both of them, and I can't really explain it. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, so it looks like we've got some kind of, like, crazed heretic hiding out in a temple down here. Or like a demigod or something? Evil monk, yeah. Oh, I know what this is gonna be. I think this was the boss they showcased in some very early trailers, like the teleporting monk, maybe? Or no. No. The teleporting monk was female. It was like a warrior nun. This is, going to be something different. I am waiting for, like, a really good, like, mage-type boss. Nugget says their favorite music comes from the early 60s. A lot of mine does as well. Like, the early years of Motown, like the early Isley Brothers hits, all of that stuff is just incredibly beautiful to me. Back when arrangers were, like, really on point. So, guys, I think I may have found the most beautiful area in the entire game so far, quite easily. I love the little mist-shrouded valleys like this. Like the Cursed Woods in Dark Souls 2 was one of my favorite environments from the series. And so this just really does it for me. Got a little bit more money. Never turn my nose up at it, but right now what I think I want to do is actually, because it's getting about time to close the stream down for today at least, I think I'm going to go try to square off with the Headless once more. I promise you we can take it this time. I've got enough confetti. Like, Nugget says, Stand By Me is the type of stuff I like. That's R&B, right? Yes, it is. It is, well, R&B, yes, technically. Very, very, like, Foundational Soul by Ben E. King. One of my favorite songs from that era, actually. And if you like that song, Florence Welch actually recorded a fantastic cover that served as the theme song for Final Fantasy XV. And it is very different, certainly, a bit more orchestral, but still very beautiful. Val says, don't know if Mage Boss will happen, seeing as how this is like Bloodborne and there's not much magic per se. Yeah, I see what you're saying, and for the general gameplay, I would have to say, oh, I forgot to use our probe reads. I actually prefer that, if we're going to be totally honest. The Temptations, yeah, exactly. That is classic Motown soul. That is straight R&B. And if you like stuff like that, the Temps actually released a new album. It's comprised primarily of covers, about 1.5 to 2 years ago. They covered, Nugget, that stuff like that is amazing. The Temps released a cover album, right? And they're covering, like, current hits like Stay With Me, Earned It by The Weeknd, but instead of, like, C-list R&B, pseudo-R&B singers with copious amounts of auto-tune and assistance from producers, it is 5 titans of soul just going for broke. It's amazing. So we got another prayer necklace, and I think it's time, guys. Before we sign off today, it is Headless time. We can do this. We've got the training. We've got the equipment. We are now set to earn what is definitely a very, very underwhelming reward. Alright, kids, let's do this. So I'm actually going to give what Val said a quick try and give the Divine Abduction a quick run here. Now, the great thing about the Headless, I found fighting it, is that for something with such a fearsome, like, set of abilities, it doesn't have much in the way of health. It's got pretty respectable stamina, but not much health. Owen Nugget says that speaking of old music strictly, the music they like the most of is actually EDM, like melodic dubstep and drum and bass. Oh, that's a pretty interesting set of genres. I assume that the late 2000s and early, like, 20-teens were, like, golden years for you then. Because that was when stuff like that dominated the charts. Or I might be thinking of something slightly different. The music I'm thinking of I would characterize as club music, and I actually don't mind it at all. It's what plays almost exclusively at my gym. Like, my gym is the only place I've heard Pitbull music in, like, 3 or 4 years, and it's just a beautifully nostalgic experience for me. Oh, House and Club, they're totally different. Okay. Oh no, the divine abduction doesn't do a thing for us here. Oof. Oh, okay, yeah, terror's gonna be our big problem here. So I can still jump away from it, that's good at least. Nope. Yeah, there we go. Gonna have to give this one more run, then. Use some of the anti-terror stuff, yeah, I'm just gonna have to keep that on tab. Did not remember it building it up quite so quickly. But we will get this. That is how we are closing this stream. We are getting this one. Do I have Discord Nugget? Yes, I do, actually. I don't think I've used it in bleeding ages or much at all ever, but I do in fact have a Discord app. Okay, so divine abduction doesn't work, which actually kind of surprised me. I was thinking it would do something, but I'm thinking now firecrackers to throw it off balance. I mean, the firecrackers haven't failed to work on anything so far, if I can recall. There it is. Oh, I could make a stream Discord. I suppose I could, if that's something you guys would be interested in. When I'm not streaming, it would serve pretty much exclusively as a way for me to spam my followers with, like, old R&B songs from the 60s and 70s, but it doesn't have a head or senses. Yeah, that's a fair point, Val. I just don't know, because I think, like, firecrackers might as well be divine at this point. They have saved me time and again, so I'll give them a quick little try, and if not, then I'll just pogo around it until the fog dissipates. Here we go. Oof. Yep, there it is. Oh, what on earth? It just tried to rip my head off. Thematically appropriate, I suppose. Yeah, this is one instance where my my superior health at all will not be much comfort. Oh, yep, okay, so looks like I'm still wrong. It's still just a bit too tough for us. Interesting. Wasn't expecting that outcome. Nugget says something interesting that I like are EDM songs that combine electronica with classic R&B. I've never heard anything like that. I mean, I think there's quite a few that would fuse it with just like straight up like jump blues from the 40s, but that's an interesting idea. I think I'll come back to this a bit later because I'm sure there's just something I'm missing still. And in fact, maybe helping the Buddhist priest over here might provide us with it. So I'm going to try to... I always like to end these streams on a really, like, positive, triumphant note, so I'm going to keep going till I find at least some other little mini-boss to work away on, and that'll be our conclusion. If there's something, you know, within a reasonable distance of us right now. Nugget also says, I like melodic dubstep and drum and bass, which are much more varied in melody and structure than house or club, and actually require talent to create instead of copy-pasting a pre-created drum sample. Yeah, there was a lot of that on the radio back in the day. Oh, and a link to Nugget's Discord. I'll go ahead and click on that. There we are. I will complete the sign-up process at a later time, but thank you very much for the link. Now, I do love these little, batches of luminescent moths that kind of indicate where the player can and cannot tread. Oh, we got ghosts! We're in Thriller now. They're the ghosts of bandits, so... not much to worry about, but still. Ghosts with perfectly corporeal swords. I like that. This is definitely a throwback to the Shaded Woods. Oh, Val says he would honestly try the shield. That's a good idea. If the shield can, like, reduce or like, ameliorate some of the terror buildup. Maybe there's, like, an upgrade for it we can get that would do that? Yeah, man. Shaded Woods was one of my favorite areas in the entire series, so I'm okay with this. You think it does prevent terror buildup? Okay, in that case, the shield is going to carry us through, well, a lot of the game, to be honest with you. So I hear some kind of chanting out in the distance. I don't know if it's coming through on the stream, because I've got, like, game audio quite low for this, but... Ooh, hold on, hold on. I will get to you. There we go. Whoops. Whoopsie. So considering the way these guys work, and the fact that I can hit them without the, divine confetti or anything similar, and, considering what the monk told us about, like, the rogue priest taking over the village, I would estimate that these, or, hypothesize, rather, that these guys aren't actually ghosts, but just regular bandits, somehow, like, shielded by the priest's magic. What do you guys think? Yeah, they do a fair share of damage, but since... Oh, you've got to be kidding me! Really? Alright. No, Val, they're not in limbo. I am right now. This is kind of great, actually. Okay. So, probably not gonna go for this dead away. But I'm definitely gonna go for the loot. Lump of fat wax, huh? Val says, welcome to hell. That's probably going to be the title of this stream when it goes up VOD. We will be back for you, sir. That's a big old sword. Indeed, Nugget. And the embarrassing thing is, despite this being an enemy I am now, like, routinely running from, the Headless can't fight to save their lives in terms of actual form or technique. They just kind of flail about with their sword. In fact, they can barely lift it. The problem is the sight of a headless enemy barely able to move apparently terrifies our hero, so we'll have to do something else to deal with that. And it's Hell Chicken Valley. Great. I will happily fight the faux ghosts. And as if the game is now just taunting me, it gives me arsenic. That's great. You know things get good when the developers just start, like, trolling you in-game. Ichimonji coming through for us again. Val says, I found a harder version of the thing I was specifically trying to avoid. Indeed, indeed. Always hate it when that happens. We've got ghost dogs. Alright. Sure. Why not? Not all dogs go to heaven, apparently. I hear a flute. That could be good, or that could be really, really bad. That's absolutely beautiful, the melody that they're playing. Oh, and it's one of the Memorial Mob, I think. Somewhere around here, at any rate. Nugget says, is that literally the same sound clip they used for the dogs at Dark Souls? Yes, I believe so. I know, Nugget. The timing of my remark on the beauty of the music could not have been worse. Oh, Gang Squad out of nowhere. Alright. And Val says I'd honestly go check your prosthetic upgrades. He swears he saw somebody using one of the prosthetics to buff once. I'm like buff a weapon, with a blessing or something like that? Effectively divine confetti, wow. How many of you are there? It's like all the bandits I killed at the Dragon Spring Pilgrimage dungeon back for revenge. Which, I mean, you know, I can dig it, but... It's like the flute has entranced these spirits somehow. Oh, and he's also got a roof that prevents me from, like, just easily swinging over. I see. I see. They've effectively shinobi-proofed this place. Oh. Okay, so I might need to find a key or something. Or just find a better way to access the roof. Gunpowder? Hey, we'll take it. Ooh! A lot of dogs. And archers, and just friggin' everything. This is an interesting little encounter, isn't it? Val says I'd say to look up high. Yeah, there's clearly, like, a pathway to the roof, constructed of, like, branches from these trees, like, with the luminescent moths perched atop them, but I don't know quite how to access the branches I need. Which, I mean, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out sooner or later. No, no. Ah, nice little bit of loot. Like, I mean, I see that's clearly where we need to get. Oh, so we have to work our way around there. Maybe. Ah. Wait. Wait a minute. If this is an illusion, then maybe I can use a snap seed, and if not, then I can just waste one, but... And I just wasted one. Alright. Val says I would just look for ways around. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. I've been kind of just running around to see what other loot could be around here, but... looks like it's just ghosts. Alright, looks like we might be cooking with gas over here. Oh, it's another drunkard. And monkeys. I mean, you know, party how you want to, I guess. Probably not gonna get this my first try, but at least we know what we're in for around here. That is a monkey with a gun. Who gave a monkey a gun? That is a very bad idea. Do not give your monkeys firearms. The monkeys have swords too. These are monkey Ronin. Reveler monkeys. Oh, and they've even got little helmets. That's adorable. Whoa, hold on, controller died. Very bad time to have the controller die. Very bad time to have the controller die. Val says it could be that the monkeys are cursed soldiers. Maybe. Or the ghosts, rather. Okay. Well, folks, I would have had this clinched if not for that. But no matter. No matter. I can use some pellets to get just enough health back to maybe see this through. Or not. Oh, whoop, whoop, nope, nope, yeah. It's a shame, because I've actually killed this exact enemy before. Well, folks, we will give this one more shot. I can easily take this guy properly equipped now that I know where he is. Oh! Wow, this is actually a pretty cool theory. Listen to Val. He says it could even be that the souls you see are the souls of those monkeys separated from their bodies, which were turned into monkeys from lack of sentience, huh? Well, I mean, clearly there's some kind of, like, malign magic at work here, right? So, well, Nugget, I could easily take this guy with all my abilities at my disposal, including, you know, a functional controller. A very similar enemy called Juzo the Drunkard was an early game boss who I took out on my second try pretty easily, so I'm hoping that lightning will strike twice here. I love Monkey Musketeer. Come on, guys. There you go. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to remember how I went about fighting this guy. Good news is he leaves himself wide open after, well, most of his attacks for some vitality damage. Oh, okay, we got our resurrection though, we can do this. No, 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 no! Oh, ouch! I mean, he's basically just a drunk sumo, but a very powerful one. Oh! Oof. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here. Clearly doing something wrong. So monkeys are no problem. But let's just think about what we've got at our disposal here. Oh, I can switch to the superior firecracker. Might as well do that while we're at this. When I originally fought this guy, or an enemy of this type, I tried to get real clever with the flame vent and thought I could, like, light his alcohol when he tried to spit it at me, but... Yeah, the Sabimaru, that's exactly what I was thinking, Val. It could be that he has, like, ridiculous poison defense, but... I'm not sure. I'm gonna chance it. I mean... I've never used the Sabimaru before, but according to someone I know who swears by it, it's one of the best shinobi tools in the game, so... Ooh. That was just carelessness on my part, but we can get that back through some death blows. Well, if we don't just lose all our skill. Actually gonna see if I can't wait just long enough to get a death blow in on him. Because I can definitely take one bar of health, I don't know about two. Gonna lame it out. Yep. Yep. Oh, what's this? Well, we'll come back here later. Perfect timing on the arrow, I think. Okay. We can probably manage this now. I love how he's so sauced, he just needs to stop. Not even for combat purposes, just for a swig every few blows. He is not going to let this duel to the death kill his buzz. I don't know if you caught it there, but he actually stopped and opened himself up for attacks because he was retching rather violently. Hey, there we go, kids. Not the brave way, but the smart way. And we got another bottle of sake for the sculptor. Nice. Nice. Scum it out. That's how we do it round here, Val. There is no quality swordplay over here on the OA channel. This is just scrub lord tricks for getting by. Well, friends, I actually think we are going to call it there because I want to end on a high note. And based on what I've seen in this area, there's not too many of those to be found today in short order. So, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Overanalyst saying, first of all, thank you so much to our wonderful friends out in the stream chat. They've been both entertaining and extremely helpful to us today. I think their presence just really enriches the experience here. And thank you to everybody watching this VOD. Your support is, as always, greatly valued. Again, thank you very much, and just for shoutouts, anybody watching this on VOD, check out Valancolas or Show Me the Nugget on Twitch. They've got, or going to have, I think in Val's case, some pretty fantastic stuff in short order. So thank you to them, and a huge thank you to everybody who's watching this. Your support is what keeps me going, and until next time, this is Brady the Overanalyst wishing you in the old broadcast tradition love, peace, and soul. Have a wonderful rest of your day, ladies and gentlemen.